How's it going, everybody? It's Scrabetown back with another video for you guys and another gun mastery video. This is my series where I do some tips and tricks on some guns in the game that I have mastered and just how I like to run them and some of their weaknesses and strengths that you can look for while using these guns. So the last time I covered the PBX-45, which is the very first SMG you get in the game, and now I'm going to be covering the M5A3, which is the very first assault rifle you get in the game. In my opinion, kind of like the PBX-45, the M5A3 is one of the most versatile weapons in the game. Since it's an M4 platform, you can really make it do anything you want. You can have it go really hard at close range and be able to pick people off at longer ranges if you want to. The gun really works in any situation as long as you have the right attachments on it. Even if you run it bare though, you can do pretty decent with it. So first, like always, we're going to go over the damage information. 0 to 29 meters, we have 22 damage per shot. Its time to kill is 320.427 milliseconds, and its bullets to kill is 5. From 30 to 74 meters, it's 18 damage per shot, and its time to kill is up to 400.5 milliseconds, and its bullets to kill is 6. From 75 meters on, it's 15 damage per shot, with a TTK of 480.6 milliseconds, and its bullets used to kill is 7. It has a partial reload of 2.3 seconds and a full reload of 2.4 seconds, and it has a base rate of fire of around 640 RPM. This gun also has a 2.15 times headshot multiplier, so much like with the PBX and any gun in this game, getting a headshot out of the start is incredibly effective in winning any one-on-one gunfights. The M5A3 also has basically 0 horizontal recoil, but it does have a 0.35 vertical recoil, so when you are using your attachments, you basically just want to try and negate that vertical recoil to make it a laser beam. I personally run this gun two ways, a medium and short range. Equipping the long barrel reduces the RPM by 110, so shooting on full auto at medium range is much easier, and even picking people off at longer range is pretty good as well. This gun has a very good tap fire ability if you put it on semi. The muzzle brake is a better choice for close range because, in my opinion, having the short barrel on increases the RPM to 110 and just makes the gun shoot too fast. The sweet spot of 640, which is its base RPM, makes it incredibly easy to handle at close range and also allows for quick fixes to sprays as well as getting multiple kills in a clip at close range. So if you're shooting at somebody and you realize and you're not hitting them at that fire rate, you're able to pull back in your target much easier, I find, with that fire rate, whereas with the shortened barrel, you're just shooting too fast. So with the close range setup that I use the K8 hollow and the TV2 times. The K8 hollow is 330 kills, and in my opinion has the best target acquisition and reticle of any of the smaller red dot sights, and the TV2 times you get automatically when you start using the gun, and I think that it has the best reticle and sight clarity out of all of the medium ranged scopes in the game. For the magazine, I use the standard issue. This is the best magazine in my opinion. The others change the fire rate too drastically to change in one direction or another, so a standard issue is the way that I go. For underbarrel, I use the STNR laser sight. This laser sight helps with the overall accuracy, and I think it's just the best way for both close and long range because it helps with pre-fire ability. So like I've described before, when you're dealing with somebody and you're able to fire before you ADS is extremely useful because you get those couple of shots out before you start shooting accurately. And on the muzzle, I use the Arcom Tactical Muzzle Brake, which keeps it at its 640 base RPM. This muzzle brake is the best for dealing with moderate vertical recoil. For the long range, I use either the TV 2 times or the thermal 2 times. The thermal allows for better sight acquisition or target acquisition and also better headshots as well. For the magazine, I again use standard issue and the same for the STNR laser sight. Also, the long barrel is what I have equipped for the long range version, obviously. It brings the fire rate down to 530 RPM, but like I said before, being able to pick off at people at longer ranges is incredibly easy with the longer barrel. There's really no downside to this gun in general. I think you can really use it in any circumstance. You basically just have to have a basic understanding of being able to control recoil and to be able to get plenty of kills with it. It was the very first gun I mastered in Battlefield 2042 when I got the game, and I got it very, very quickly. So on maps, especially like Breakaway, or Breakout, excuse me, it's very easy to just hold long alleyways with it because it has such good accuracy at range, even when it doesn't have anything equipped on it at all. Rundown of the gun, just because it's such a simple gun to use, in my opinion. There's not too many tendencies with it that you have to deal with, just because it's a very, very decent assault rifle. It doesn't really do anything bad. It doesn't really, and it does most things pretty good. So using it is pretty simple. You can really run it any way you want. You can even have a longer scope on it and start picking off people at longer ranges with it as well. Let me know in the comments what gun you guys want me to do next. I can run with that gun for a while and try to master it. Next, I believe it's the M5A3. I know that gun is pretty easy to use, so that video will be pretty short as well, but I'm just about to master it in a couple of days or so. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been Scrapetown, and I'll see you later.